guys, what's going on? Okay, we are back after a few weeks of taking a break. So it's been what, three?
Three
3 weeks?
weeks,
Yeah.
I
So,
think.
all right. So thanks for hanging in there. I know you've been waiting. So anyway, we're picking up where I told you we would. So we're gonna examine a little bit of what happened in 1995 at the Source Awards show. So this is a big deal in the West Coast East Coast rivalry. At this time, Tupac is still in jail. Okay, he's
Okay.
still serving his BS sentence for the sexual assault that he didn't do. So, all right, do you know who this guy is here?
So I want to say Surge, but
Okay,
it's Suge.
Suge Knight. Yeah.
Suge Knight. He's in jail now.
Right now,
Yeah.
yeah, and he has been for quite a while actually, but he was the owner, he was the main controlling interest of Death Row Records. So.
Now, is he in jail for. What's he in jail
I
for?
believe he's in jail for running over somebody, actually. So either that, or I mean, it's either that or quite a few different things of manslaughter. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
But it's not related to.
Nope, not related
Tupac.
to or Biggie or anything. No, complete. This was long time
Okay.
after all of that. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but anyway, so all right. So, like I said, he is the owner of Death Row Records, who Tupac is going to sign with eventually, because he will put up the bail money to get Tupac out of jail. His condition, of course, was you come to death row, you're out of here. And of course, all right. But that's later on. Tupac is still in jail. So he's kind of laying the groundwork now, showing his affiliation to Tupac. Because, of course, at this time, Tupac is running off saying that, Biggie and Puff had him shot. We examined that in 1994. And, of course, Puff and Biggie are just going crazy, rising to heights upon heights in the rap world. With Tupac gone, of course, Biggie has become the number one rapper in the world. Puffy is still not a rapper, by the way. Okay. He's a producer. He's a promoter, hype man. So that he was not a rapper at this point. He is all about promoting Biggie at the time. All right, let's get into it. We'll get a backstory, hopefully. All right, let's go.
You've clicked on this video, and just by looking at this picture, you can already guess what Suge Knight is going to say.
Don't have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the videos, all on the records, dancing, coming death row.
This was during the Source Awards in 1995. Many dramatic events took place after these words were uttered. The murder of Suge Knight's close friend, the beef between East and West Coast, and the most tragic of them all, the death of Tupac and Biggie. Suge Knight himself said that after that night, everything went south. Even though at the beginning, as you all know, Suge and Puff were extremely good friends.
I was just networking with the brother, and he would come pick me up from the airport, show me a lot of love. I really had thought we were cool, you know what I'm saying? Cool acquaintances, you know what I'm saying? Just being respectful from people coming into other cities and stuff.
At that time, Suge already had Death Row, while Puff had just founded Bad Boy Records. He was preparing Biggie's album, Ready to Die. And Puffy was interested in knowing Suge's opinion regarding that release. And he also asked about using some of the album's instrumentals. As an example, we'll play the intro from Biggie's album, and there you'll hear a sample from Snoop Dogg's song called The Shiznit. As for that very Source Awards ceremony, it all began thanks to the guys from Boston, David Mays and Jonathan Schechter, in the year 1988. The Source magazine was the most widely read. As for that very Source Awards ceremony, it all began thanks to the guys from Boston, David Mays and Jonathan Schechter, in the year 1988. The Source magazine was the most widely read rag in hip-hop journalism by the early 90s. Each issue a conversation piece all on its own.
So before we get any further, all right, the guy that they mentioned that was murdered after that, where Suge said what he said. So, okay, so backstory on that. At that time, Biggie had released several music videos at that point. Okay, And Puff was always in there dancing around, talking, just all over the. Suge Knight was never in any videos of death row artists. Dre, Snoop, you know, he was always the behind the scenes guy. He didn't need his face in the public, is what he's saying. You see this clown dancing around, he's calling out Puff, you're a joke, basically. That's what he's saying. So, and it's been said, there's no proof, I don't think, but the guy that was murdered was a close friend of Suge Knight's, and of course he thanks Puff arranged that, and that's what really kicked a lot off right there. So, all right, you know who this is with the clock. I know you've seen him, Flavor Flav.
Oh
A conversation piece all on its own. With its newsstand dominance came the idea for a natural brand extension, an award show. In 1991, The Source began handing out trophies on a special episode of Yo MTV Raps. 3 years later came a full-fledged production, complete with a stage show at Madison Square Garden's Paramount Theater.
The first annual Source Music Award done major, big time, blowing up the spot. Right now, the show really just started.
And so, the Source Awards became a very prestigious event, and it was a great honor for any rapper to win the award. By 1995, Bad Boy Records had everything going great for them. The label's artists were the leaders of the music industry, and Biggie's hits were played at every party.
Watch live and local news on a variety of networks.
What you think all the guns is for? All-purpose war got the rock wallers by the door.
The main guy from our previous videos was Keefe D. And in that video, we mentioned that even Keefe noticed at the Summer Jam party that Suge envied Puff's rapid success in his managerial role. Death Row now had a worthy opponent who not only got to their level, but even surpassed them, which is why Suge felt that the West Coast wasn't getting the attention it deserved. As Ice Cube says, New York didn't respect its colleagues from the West.
And an artist named Tim Dog did a song called Compton. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I didn't know if you knew who. You've heard the name. Do you know? Did you know that was him before hearing the name?
Oh yeah,
okay.
He's.
Yeah, I know he's been in a ton of stuff. Yeah, but he was one of the original gangster rappers in a group called NWA in the late 1980s. So he's the West Coast, Dr. Dre, him, a guy named Eazy-E who is dead now, and two other members, MC Ren and DJ Yella. So they were who started gangster rap, basically. Other than that, it was all just the kind of one and a two and a two to the third, that kind of stuff before them. So they really set the scene for gangster rap. You know Ice Cube as an actor.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before that, he was a very hardcore gangster rapper for years and years.
I know him more as
of course,
actor.
yeah, right. Okay. So
We like New York. Why y'all, why he take a shot? Nobody really rebutted him. Like, they kind of let it slide. And then more and more artists start taking shots.
Fuck Compton is the song in which Tim Dog dissed the entire West Coast scene. But those who took the biggest hits were the members of the NWA group, and even the singer Michelle A.
You wanna play, go ride in the sleigh. I'm so large, I fuck Michelle A.
And so, right after that, there came many responses.
Mr. Buster, where the fuck you at? Can't scrap a lick, so I know you got your
The most interesting part of all is that after the song was released, Tim Dog was nearly killed in San Francisco when he went there to throw a concert. Shock G, whom you've previously...
That's a very good friend of Tupac's. Tupac got his start basically with him in a group called Digital Underground. Okay. So I think it was with him, I'm pretty sure.
So. Heard together with Pac in the song I Get Around said the following. If it weren't for Tupac, he would have been killed for that track. Although Tim says that it was because of some woman.
So the shit go down, he felt like the guy was he felt like the guy was being real up. So he was like, yo, don't do that to an East Coast. He took me to his house. Got the guns and came back with me, had my back. And that meant some real shit to me, That showed me he was a real G.
And then, on the 3rd of August, 1995, The Source returned to that very same Madison Square Garden's Paramount Theater. Except
Really?
the climate in hip-hop had changed.
They really went around their elbow to get to their thumb. Yeah, this is what we're here for, but that was a good little backstory. But anyway, here we go.
Dramatic. He started it off with an epic performance by Death Row.
I can feel it.
Yeah! Check it out. Murder. Murder. Come on. They said murder was the case that they gave me.
Then Biggie, who won the New Artist of the Year award, showed up on stage and wished peace upon everyone.
One love to everybody up in this. The real. What up, man?
Next up, the group Outkast came out on stage. They won in the New Artist of the Year group category. The reaction they received was mixed. Andre understood that they were not welcomed here. He decided to take a jab at the audience by saying the following.
But it's like this though. I'm tired of folks, you know what I'm saying? No closed-minded folks, you know what I'm saying? It's like we got a demo tape and nobody want to hear it, but it's like this, the South got something to say. That's all I got to say.
So from the no, that they don't really have anything. They're just saying that since it's a New York crowd, they're against anybody that's not out of New York. Biggie is from New York. They're supporting him. They kind of booed Death Row because they're from the West Coast, Los Angeles. They're from Atlanta. They were the first pretty much from Atlanta in rap. Okay. So Atlanta was not a big hip hop scene at the time at all. It is now, but it wasn't before then at all. So, and they were just saying that they got booed simply because they weren't from New York. So they're, like a sports basketball game. Yeah, you're going to boo the away team and cheer for your home team. So Biggie and Puff and Bad Boy are the home team. Yeah. Okay. So that's going to, that's leading into
Biggie then won another award. This time, it was Lyricist of the Year.
Okay. Yeah, y'all know what I'm trying to do. Straight up Brooklyn in the house, representing.
Then, 40 minutes later, Death Row finally received their first win for Best Rap Music Video. The winner was the music video for the song Natural Born Killers. Dre didn't react much to the award, neither did the general public, since this victory doesn't even compare to that won by Bad Boy Records. Not even close.
Gotta give a shout out to everybody at the Source Awards. Good looking out. Peace.
And after Dre's words, the Bad Boy Records performance commenced.
Surrounded by criminals, heavy rollers, even the shiesty individuals, smoking, skunking, mad Philly.
Then we have the Motion Picture Soundtrack of the Year award nomination, which was won by Death Row Records. Suge Knight and Danny Boy came out on stage. The boss of Death Row sent his regards to Tupac, who was in prison at the time.
Like to tell Tupac, keep his guards up, we ride with him.
And then he dissed Puff Daddy.
Any artist out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star, and don't want to have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the videos, all on the record, dancing, coming down front.
So that turned the crowd against
the whole crowd started booing, and then I thought to myself, like,
that's another
why would you do that?
We had no idea he was going to say it. We had no idea why he said it.
Suge was angered by the fact that Puff tried to appear in all of his protege's projects. He wasn't letting the artist shine, was only thinking about himself. In short, Suge's opinion was that Bad Boy Records needed fame, not money.
Love Puffy and Biggie. Yeah. So we was like a, oh, fuck.
That's another Death Row artist. Corrupt was his name. He was heavily featured on Dr. Dre's first album and also Snoop Dogg's first album.
Was he a singer?
No, he's a rapper. Yeah, rapper. He's and he is very well respected by everybody, as far as I know, as being a really straight, well, that and just a guy you do not ever want to cross. So but nothing bad or anything, just he is the real deal. So
And who is that?
Corrupt is his name. That's a rapper. That's his name. Kurupt, not the government corrupt way. But
And
so
he's still around.
oh yeah, and he still raps as far as I know. So
Corrupt.
yeah.
I don't know.
So
I might have heard of
well,
him.
I mean, he was not a solo artist. He was just a feature type guy, like just a verse on a song here and there. But I mean, it's the tapes I listened to over and over when I first got into rap, he was on a lot of the songs.
Oh, okay.
So he is one of the originals for me that I heard a lot. So, all right. But anyway, he's just speaking on it. So.
And after that, the crowd was so riled up that the host had to calm everyone down.
It's all good. It's all good. All right, anyway, look.
After such a fierce performance from Suge, Dre won the Producer of the Year award. Him and Snoop had quite the rough time. Dre was trying to be calm about things, while Snoop couldn't withstand such a negative reaction.
Dre had won the award, and he was about to say something. I just took the mic and was like, fuck it. I need to say something.
The East Coast don't love Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. The East Coast ain't got no love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and Death Row. Y'all don't love us. Y'all don't love us. Well, let it be known then. We know y'all East Coast. We know we at East Coast.
That is
I mean, we could-
Snoop to this day.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, he hasn't changed you like that.
I love
I didn't expect that reaction at all. Wow. What? I can't believe that. What was so funny about that? I mean, it's great, but yeah.
That is Snoop Dogg to this
well,
day.
I don't know. He's a lot more mellow now, I think. But,
Not much more.
Yeah,
But,
I don't know.
mean, he looks the same.
Yeah, he does. He definitely does look the same.
30 years ago.
Yep. He does look the same. It's crazy. And he sounds the exact same. Yeah.
Exact.
So, yeah.
Y'all don't have no love for me.
Well, he wanted them to be vocal, like boo more then, Hey, if you be up front about it. That's what he was saying.
That was great.
I did not expect that to get that reaction at all. I just figured that was just a normal thing. Wow, you're crying from it? I know, laughing. Yeah, I know. Damn. Okay, so want to hear it again?
Yeah.
Right.
Him and Snoop had quite the rough time. Dre was trying to be calm about things, while Snoop couldn't withstand such a negative reaction.
Dre had won the award, and he was about to say something. I just took the mic and was like, fuck it. I need to say something.
The East Coast don't love Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. The East Coast ain't got no love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and Death Row. Y'all don't love us. Y'all don't love us. Well, let it be known then. We know y'all East Coast. We know we at East Coast.
I mean, we could fast forward, but at that moment, did you feel like, man, that was a lot? Did you understand the size of it then?
Nah.
That was followed by a performance from the group Bone Thugs and Harmony. And as Crazy Bone claims, they had information that Suge offered his goons $10K to attack.
They told me that it was like, it was going to pay somebody $10,000 to run up there with it.
To attack Bad Boy, I'm guessing. Yeah. Okay. Now, as far as I remember, they don't really have anything to do with it. This is the first time I'm hearing about this. Bone Thugs was a group out of Cleveland of 5 people. Yes, I listened to them as well when I was a kid. And they were known for being extremely, ridiculously fast rappers. I mean, insane. Yeah, well, I'm just saying, all of them. I mean, especially one of them, especially 2 of them for sure. But they were pretty much the first group out of Cleveland at the time. Again, that was not a big rap place either. So this is one of
Information that Suge offered his goons $10K to attack.
They told me that it was like, it was going to pay somebody $10,000 to run up there with it and swing on y'all with the cane.
Saying that Suge felt disrespected by the group's First of the Month music video, in which several members wore beanies, a staple of Death Row's fashion at the time.
Oh, okay, no. So Suge was Bone Thugs and Harmony. This is their video, and Suge apparently offered somebody to go attack them when they were on stage, not Bone to go attack Bad Boy. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember them having anything to do with this whole beef between the East Coast and West Coast. So yeah, he was saying that Suge was not happy with them because they were wearing beanies in their video, which was a staple of Death Row to wear the beanie hats at the time, I guess. A lot of them were Snoop did, Dre did, Corrupt did in their videos. So now thinking about it, but I would have never equated that to, oh, they're copying Death Row. You know? So, but you know, hey.
Explained that Suge felt disrespected by the group's First of the Month music video, in which several members wore beanies, a staple of Death Row's fashion at the time, that were on fire. After that came Puff, who decided
the way
not
he took it, I guess. I don't see the relation really, but you know.
After that came Puff, who decided not to say a word about Suge and his circle.
I would like to say that I'm very proud of Dr. Dre, of Death Row, and Suge Knight for their accomplishments. You know what I'm saying? I'm a positive black man, and I make music to bring us together, not to separate us, and all this East and West that needs to stop. So give it up for everybody from the East and the West that won tonight. One love.
And as Lil C says, Puffy told Biggie to stand down after Suge dissed him on stage.
Puff being Puff, nah, we not gonna go that route. We not gonna go that route. We gonna let it be, but nah.
And when Snoop won the Artist of the Year award,
so Biggie apparently wanted to fire back and say, now that's kind of surprising because I would think it would be the other way around, really. But I think Puff had a mastermind plan more so, yeah. Like we'll get him when it counts more so than right here,
Not in public.
Right. So this
As
is.
we know, he's all behind the scenes now.
Yeah.
Or has been.
I don't know what to think of that whole thing. It's really disheartening for me.
You don't want to know what I think about it.
So, you know, you pretty much think the same way everybody else does about him right now. I just don't know what to think of it, guys. You know, I've been a fan of his music for a long time, even though I'm a fan of Tupac first, you know, but I just can't believe all the things coming out about Puff Daddy, to be honest with you. But anyway, that's a whole other topic, but this is another Bad Boy artist speaking years later about this whole situation.
Nah, we not gonna go that route. We not gonna go that route. We gonna let it be, but nah.
And when Snoop won the Artist of the Year award, he reminded everyone where he came from.
I want to thank everybody out here for putting me in a situation where I could win an award like this, being from Long Beach, California. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the respect y'all give me and all my comrades in this music game. And we continue to keep G-funking y'all like we should do each and every motherfucking year. LBC.
Later, the Wu-Tang Clan won the Group of the Year award. They also wanted to calm the people down and wish peace upon everyone.
On the count of three, we gonna say peace, alright? 1, 2, 3, peace! Alright, Wu-Tang forever, baby, what up?
Craig Mack then won the Single of the Year award with his song, Flavor in Your Year. And there was one more award that was won by Bad Boy Records, and that's the Album of the Year award, which was, of course, awarded to Biggie's album, Ready to Die.
We did it, Brooklyn, we did it! All of we did it! For nothing. All of them. One love to all y'all motherfuckers.
With tension in the air after Big Suge's comments, Puffy said he fell back on greenlighting the situation on death row, saying it was the scariest situation of his entire life, having the power to start something. However, before things concluded, Diddy said he confronted Mr. Knight immediately after the Source show at Chelsea's legendary nightclub, The Tunnel.
I ran up and I asked him, and he said, "Nah, I was talking about Jermaine Dupri." And I was just like, I really put it in my head. It gave me a reason for my ego.
There's no way in hell that's another producer, a type of guy like Puffy at the time. He was. Do you remember an artist named Da Brat? Okay, it was a woman rapper. He was her producer. Jermaine Dupri was.
Okay.
So yeah, there's no. I don't know if he is telling the truth about even confronting him. I mean, Suge Knight is not a guy you would walk up to when you're his size to confront.
Well, you don't want to confront him.
No,
either
but
at
at this time, he didn't have the power that Suge Knight would have had. So, and one-on-one, he doesn't stand a chance.
Well,
so,
no.
you know, I don't know how true that is, but let's say that part is true. There is no way Suge Knight was talking about Jermaine Dupri and not Puff Daddy, because why would he even have a beef with Jermaine Dupri? I mean, I don't know. I mean, he could have, but you know, it was clearly him he was dissing in the comment. But anyway, let's keep going. But
Go to walk away.
As you already understood, Puffy didn't believe these words, and he decided not to keep the conversation going. Because of that, communication between them stopped. That's when the papers began to fuel the beef between East and West.
You're seeing certain things that somebody said highlighted in magazines about the West Coast and vice versa, and it just boiled over from there.
When I saw that fucking cover, I said, man, what the is going on?
After that night, and with every passing day, the relationship between the two coasts only worsened. And in the end, two legendary rappers were killed. It was after that the guys understood that it was time to put an end to it all.
Man, all that East Coast, West Coast stuff is a bunch of media hype. It's been my dog from day one, you know what I'm saying? It's all good between me and him. That's my people.
Real, that's what we came here for. We came here to light it up and light it up. We made music for everybody.
And Ice Cube talked about how the conflict just
saw that
faded.
episode actually. All right, we're gonna end it there because we're getting. So of course you know they both died eventually. Then that you know that led to people starting to come back together. Whether that was real or fake is debatable, So, but anyway, it did. Hip hop did have some peace for several years there after the deaths of both of them, because it was just very tragic, obviously. But anyway, so that was kind of the story of the Source Awards 1995. And you see there was a lot going on there that would definitely kick things into a higher gear. And when Tupac gets out of jail, he goes straight for the throat of all of Bad Boy. Starts talking about him in songs and everything. And for one, Suge Knight has a huge problem with Bad Boy now, so he's probably telling Tupac, we need to attack these people. And Tupac, hey, you paid my bail, you got me out of jail, I'm with you. And he thinks they had him shot anyway. So in 1994. So, I mean, it's there anyway, and Suge's getting in his ear, telling him, he didn't help the situation at all, clearly. So, anyway, all right, that's going to wrap it up for this one. Let us know what you want us to react to next week. Probably an interview with Tupac, maybe, from jail. It seems like that would be the next thing in the timeline. So, I think that was I don't think that's like a news report or something where a news reporter interviews him, I believe. But anyway, we'll probably get into that next week, and we'll continue down the story. And we're getting closer and closer to the end time. We're a little over a year away now. So, but unfortunately, so what's your final take on all of that you just saw? From what you can gather
there's always been, of course, competition in everything.
Yeah, of course. It should be.
It shouldn't be to where there's murder involved.
No.
But it's always been in just about anything. So I just, you just hate that. I mean, because there's enough to go around for everybody.
Yeah.
So I just, you just hate it.
It's crazy how it could escalate to that
well,
level.
Hatred,
well,
that much hatred.
Just because
For
somebody's
people doing the same thing.
Exactly,
I mean, you would think you would join forces and
or at least
make
just
each other stronger.
let one do the other's thing.
Yeah.
But so I mean, well, I'll end it with this: Death Row from 1992 to 1994-5 were on top of the world, ruling everything. Here comes this new artist, Biggie, with this guy that people find annoying as hell, Puffy, dancing, jumping around, showing his face in the videos. Dancing was not a thing in hip-hop. Gangster rap was king. He kind of was bringing the pop element a little bit back.
Yeah.
So, and you know, hardcore rap fans hated that, of course. So, and they're taking the shine of Death Row. They're kind of maybe surpassing them a little bit. So jealousy kind of creeped in. So and again, they could have had Tupac shot also, which is that's the kickoff for everything. I mean, now why should, of course, Suge Knight used that to his advantage to get in Tupac's ear to sign him, to let him fight his war against Bad Boy also. So I don't know that Suge and Tupac even knew each other before 1995, before he would go and visit him in jail. I'm not sure. They probably did, because Tupac was friends with people at Death Row, I believe. So I'm sure they were acquaintances. But anyway, it's a crazy story. It'll never stop being talked about, obviously.
Sad.
Yeah, it's a terrible ending to both legendary rappers. So anyway. All right, guys, that is it. We have gone on long enough. That's a long one for sure. We will be back next week. Goodbye.